chemistry.
Purchase your beats today.
Hey, yo, chemistry.
Purchase your beats today.
Hey, yo, chemistry.
Purchase your beats today.
Hey, yo, chemistry.
Purchase your beats today.
This is a Nila production. This is a Nila production.
Ooh, that's John Mario. Ooh. Ooh, that's John Mario. Ooh. Ooh, that's John Mario.
Hi, everybody. How's it going? Let me see who's all in here. I saw somebody in here freestyling before the show. I hope you're on BeatStars purchasing or leasing some beats to go along with those. Steven Shepard, shout out to you for being here in the chat earlier. Where is everybody? Where's the activity today? Where are you guys at in the chat? Yo, what's going on? There we go. I knew y'all were in here. All right, so let me tell you guys what's going on before we hop into the show today. Welcome to The Deal. My name's Tia Gordon. I'm the playlist manager here at BeatStars. If you are new, welcome. If not, welcome back. Just some updates for you guys this week. We have the Space Outcast Remix Challenge. So Larry O and J-Tech are bringing you an all-new remix challenge featuring their song Space Outcast. Download the free stems and acapella and make a beat around it and enter to win some dope prizes. You can visit beatstars.world/Space Outcast. Let me pin this up for you guys right now so you can get that. All right, I hope you're going to enter that. And also, there's a second challenge we've got going on here, the FL Studio Challenge. So we've teamed up with FL Studio to bring you an all-new cook-up challenge. So download a sample, cook up some heat, and enter to win over $1,500 worth of prizes. Okay, I know you guys love prizes out there. We will be choosing one winner per sample, so please make sure to visit beatstars.world/cookup for more information. And that challenge ends on February 28th at 11:59 p.m. There you go. There you have it. Write down these links. Jumping into the show, if like I said, if you're new here, this show is about highlighting our roster through the BeatStars Publishing team, which is an effort between BeatStars and Sony ATV. For more information, you could check out beatstars.com/publishing. Whoop. Yep. And if you're interested in us representing you, there's an application you can fill out. So please go check that out. And also make sure you're following at BeatStars Publishing on Instagram to get better acquainted with our roster and get some free industry game, which is also what we give out every week here. So this week we're hanging out with Hollywood Beats, but if you want to rewind any of this interview, you can check that out later alongside all of our past shows and BeatStars content, including tutorials on our YouTube channel. So make sure you're subscribing /official BeatStars. Okay, I don't know. Hollywood, are you ready to come in here? And here he is. Everybody say hello. Welcome, Hollywood Beats, to our show. How are you doing today, sir? Awesome. So let us know where you're from and how you got started in music. I know you gave us a little bit of a piece of it on Instagram Live just a minute ago, but for those who have just been waiting here, let me know.
All right. So my name is Hollywood. I'm a producer and engineer. I've been in the music business for 8 years. And what got me started making music was being in band and then being around peers that actually wanted to start making music. So that's what pushed me into making music, being around people that wanted to pursue it. But yeah, no, it's been a long journey throughout my 8 years. It started from me playing the trumpet, not taking it serious, not even having the intentions to make music. And then a couple years later, beating on the table and things like that. Then I'm like, hey, let me download FL Studio and actually start making music. And it started from there. Ever since then, I've been just making music. I fell in love with it and I seen that I could make a career out of it. So that's what made me pursue it all the way.
So I want to know, how did the trumpet make its way into your life to begin with? Was that something you selected? That was a family choice? How'd we get there?
No, it was an instrument that was assigned to me in band class. Yes, that's what the teacher felt like I was gonna be best at, or I don't know what it was, but yeah, it started from band class. You know, us reading music. I mean, I still kind of know the basics of reading music, but I would have to refresh my memory on that. But that's where it started, from band class, just playing songs. You know, I wasn't actually in the band. Like, you know how they had a band at football games and things like that.
Mhm.
I wasn't actually in the band like that. I didn't make it that far, but I had band class as an elective, I would say. So it started from that, just having it as a class and messing around with it, but I never took it serious.
So what was the shifting point for you saying, okay, I want to take this serious. This is going to be a career for me?
It took years for me to really notice that. It took years of me actually like perfecting my craft and making music, and the better my music got, when I started to believe in myself, like, all right, my music is, I'm able to present it now. Like, I'm able to get it to this artist and say, hey, look, let's make a song or things like that. But um, the confidence really just came from, I guess, me building it myself, just, working on my craft. And I'm like, all right, I'm ready.
So, okay, this is good. We're starting early, so we might as well just talk to this piece. What does perfecting your craft look like, or what did it look like for you, and what were some of the steps that you practiced in order to strengthen your sound?
Most definitely always making music, staying on the computer, just, you know what I'm saying, experimenting, I would say. Yeah, that's mostly where it came from. Me just being at the computer every day, just clicking stuff in, making stuff. And I thought I was making music, which I was, but it wasn't as how it is now. But and then also collaborating with other, like, the more I got into music and I started to surround myself with different people, I was able to collab with different producers and collab with different artists, things like that. And that's what kind of helped me develop my sound and learn new tips and tricks, things like that, of how to work FL Studio actually. Because I knew how to use it, but I was just doing whatever. It was more that I could know. And once I start going around other people, meet, family members, friends, they start showing me like, hey, look, you could do this and you don't gotta just do it like that. You could do it like this. I'm like, oh wow. So just collaboration. I'm real big on collaborate. I don't like doing nothing by myself. And I tell my audience that all the time. Like, collaboration is the best thing you can ever do to network, build your brand, build your name as a whole. That's how I got to where I am.
Mhm. I'd love to talk about the collaboration piece, but before that, can we talk about any other tools you may have used independently? Like, how did you learn FL Studio?
Uh, Actually, one of my cousins, he was messing with it. He wasn't a pro at it, but he knew stuff that I didn't know. It was
Mm,
stuff that he showed me. And then, like I said, being around other producers, they know them, with them being in the music more longer than me. It was stuff that they also knew that I didn't know. So just each one teach one. That's pretty much how I got all my knowledge.
each one teach one. I love that. So guys, collaborating. Are you where you are today? Are you open to collaboration still? Is that still part of your process?
Definitely, sure.
Okay, so let's talk about the sounds that you listened to growing up. Like, what kind of music were you into? What were some of your artists that you loved, or who were your influences?
Growing up, I was into like Ice Cube, Snoop Dogg, uh, Lil Jon. I was listening to that. I was at home just watching what was it? On demand. I'm not sure if y'all remember on demand, how if you had Comcast, you could just go on demand and watch all the music videos and all that, movies too. But I would just sit there and watch music videos all day. I wasn't even into music yet, but it was just something that the music felt good to me. I loved it. But Ice Cube, Lil Jon, Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, all the West Coast legends, the East Siders.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Uh,
on your like really loving home right now as far as what you were listening to.
I mean, because this is all I know. To be honest, I never been outside of LA besides to Nevada, Las Vegas, things like that. Which this year, not even just this year, further on down my career, I'm traveling the world for sure. But yeah, this is all I know. So that's
You gotta be safe. You gotta wear your mask. I don't know about this year, but I hear
oh,
you.
yeah. Nah, I'm not letting COVID stop me, man. I'm traveling.
Oh my goodness. Okay. So can you talk maybe a little bit about the sounds of LA? Because what the West Coast sound is definitely very specific, and there's a culture behind it. So can you talk about what made you like gravitate towards that?
Uh, it's nothing really that specifically made me gravitate to that, but being like my surrounding, where I
Oh,
grew up at. the things that I, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's really what it was, just the area that I was in, what I grew up around. That's all that I, like I said, that's all that I was around was hip hop and things of that nature. So that's what shaped me. And then also my dad, he used to want to make music. Well, he actually did used to rap. My auntie used to make music. So it's in the family.
Oh,
My uncle, rest in peace, the day he died, Motown Records was coming to sign him. So it's in the family. It's just, it was all that I was around, should I say. That's
wow.
all that I was around was hip hop and you know what I'm saying?
So it was in your blood basically. That's cool.
Yeah, exactly. It was just in me. Exactly.
So how did you go from, we talked band class to being on the wall to, learning from your friends and your family. How did you find yourself on BeatStars?
Wait, hold on. My screen just froze. My bad.
You're good. Can you still hear us?
Yeah, I still hear you. It just froze though. Give me 1 second.
You're good. You gotta hop out and hop back in. You can do that.
Oh, wow. Give me 1 second.
In the meantime, you guys are submitting the BeatStars playlist opportunities. You can find that under the My Media section. Oh, are you back?
Nope, I'm not even. Well, I'm able to still see you, but it's frozen.
Uh-oh. Can you close the tab and come back in?
Nope, it's not even letting me. I think my computer froze. Give me a second. I'll be right back.
Okay, do your thing. I got it. Just the two of us. We can make it if we try. Just the two of us. Okay. So yes, as I was saying, make sure you guys are submitting to the playlist opportunities under your My Media section or on beatstars.world, where you can also find all the contest information, guys. Who's submitting to the contest? Who's gonna participate in the cook-up challenge? What are you thinking? Who's checked it out? Oh, I think we might be back. We good?
There we go. Sorry about that.
No, don't apologize. All right. So where were we? Yes. How did you find yourself on BeatStars?
Found myself on BeatStars. I'm the type of person I always do my research on. You know what I'm saying? If I want to make more money, I'm gonna Google how can I make more money as a producer, and that's one of the ways I actually found out about BeatStars. Just scrolling through blogs and they're saying like, hey, you can sell beats online, you can license beats online with Airbit. I started off with Airbit actually. Let me not skip that. So I started with Airbit, just selling beats, having the play store, the player setup and things like that. And then it was some things that I didn't like about Airbit. And I seen that BeatStars had like the monetization for SoundCloud and all these other different opportunities that you guys had. So that's what made me switch over. Let me stop paying them, take all my beats off, and let me switch over. And I literally had like probably 100+ beats, 200 beats on my beat store. So I had to go and re-upload all those beats. It was a lot of work, but it was definitely worth it. But what made me switch to BeatStars was the opportunities you guys was giving. The monetization for SoundCloud, opportunities for placements and things like that.
Mm-hmm. So can you talk a little bit about how you use some of those features to continue building out your career and actually selling or licensing beats?
Yeah, actually, as far as in the marketing side, I don't do too much of the marketing, but just having my beat store set up, like how you were talking about early, like presentation, and then just marketing on Instagram, to be honest. I never really promoted on BeatStars or things like that, but the opportunities I always submitted for them. Like you guys would have playlists for beats or, hey, look, we have an opportunity for this artist. I will always submit, but nothing ever went through for me. But as far as in the SoundCloud monetization, I made a lot of money off that. A lot of
That's
money. And that I thought I would never see from SoundCloud. Like people say, oh, it's not no money in SoundCloud, which is not. I'm not saying you can make $1 million off SoundCloud, but I made a lot of money using you guys' monetization tool from songs that I produced that did millions of streams and things like that.
That's pretty fire. Can you also talk about? Well, actually, we could pull up your beat page, your pro page, so everybody can see what we're talking about when we say. Give me one sec, guys. When we're talking about the organization, I get really excited about. Which one did it open? Of course, it opened your playlist. Okay. So, if you want to talk about this a little bit and maybe what you did to design it to make it your own and make it work for you.
All right, so with me being a perfectionist, I mean, I changed my beat store 100 times. Like it didn't have that picture. It had, I mean, it's been plain. I've changed it, but that design I actually outsourced and hired somebody to create that for me on
Oh,
Fiverr. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with Fiverr, but I reached out to a guy on Fiverr. He charged me like, actually, he overcharged me, but I'm not even gonna get into that. But I paid him to basically set up. Like if you go back to the top, you will see the pictures of with me in the middle, and then all around me, those are some of the artists that I produce for. So I sent him all of those pictures, and he set it up like that. That's pretty much what he charged me for. But I outsourced on that one.
mm.
He redid my logo. I already had that logo made, but he put like the blue strip on top of it and things like that.
You got your discography on here, which is fire. So people know what you're into.
Yeah,
Sounds like
I'm real big on just like having. I mean, I take things off and put it back on from here, time and time. But I'm real big on how things look, the presentation, and you know what I'm saying.
yeah, everything is aligned. It's very clean, and I think something that I really loved about um your pro page. I mean, I don't want to play the beats too early, but I don't know if I've ever seen this where this is all moving up here. I could be wrong, but I think
Wait,
this
can
is.
you repeat that?
I think that your page is the first page that I've seen where when you hit play, there's like something else really like going on.
Oh, like playing the little blue line playing.
I like this. The sounding. But yeah, really fire. Let me see what everyone's saying because I wasn't paying attention. This Yama Agni says that's a super professional looking storefront, and I agree. It looks great.
Thank you, thank you.
So let's talk about how you might get exposure on BeatStars or some things you've done to get yourself some exposure. I know you said you don't really do any marketing, but is there any like particular way you connect with your audience or your customers that keep them coming back, or anything you could share like that?
I'm not gonna lie to you. That's something that I could do better at,
Mm.
which is like to be honest, I haven't uploaded beats on BeatStars in a while because I'm actually like kind of trying to brand myself differently, and but I still use BeatStars. I just haven't uploaded in a while. I still
Okay.
use BeatStars, but as far as in I forgot what I was gonna say.
Connecting with your audience or anything like that?
Connecting with my audience. Sorry about that. So as far as in like email marketing, that's like one of the biggest things. I could be doing better at that. I sell a lot of beats on BeatStars, and I was actually just saying that. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to like kind of slow down on that, because I get a lot of artists that buy beats from my beat store, and then I never hear from them. They don't send me the song like, "Hey, yo, look, we got this record," or "Hey, look, what you think about it?" Things like that. So, but that's kind of my fault on my end with me not reaching out to them and asking them like, "Hey, what did you do with those beats?" But email marketing, that's one of the things that I should be working on, and that's the best way to connect with your audience and keep them coming back.
100%. I think that's probably one of the top things that we discuss on here as far as using, um, the MailChimp integration so that you can connect with your customers and things like that. Um, the return on that and the relationships you can build are so insane. So definitely, I like that this is a moment of like realization where you can remind yourself that you need to get on it. So at
Yeah,
least
nah, definitely. And not to cut you off, but with me being by myself, me doing everything, trying to make beats every day, trying to market myself, email, it's like it's a lot. So that's why I just kind of like slow down, and because I'm a person that moves fast. I move fast, and I got myself in certain situations that I shouldn't have moving too fast. So that's why I'm like, let me slow down and try to build up a team to where I would have the proper people to help me with the right intentions that could someone that I could pay to sit in my office all day and send out emails or you know what I'm saying, things like that. So that's why I kind of like just take it slow. It's slow motion for me.
Yeah, there's no rush to do anything as long as you know that you're like taking the steps, at least taking a step every day. I think that's really important to not get yourself too caught up because burnout is real in very many different pieces of life. So, just take care of yourself that way. I'm wondering, I had a question and it actually just slipped my mind. Oh, being independent and being, on your own, and taking your time, learning from, going too fast. Can you share anything that you've learned along the way, or maybe share a situation that you had to kind of reset up or rethink your setup?
Um, Nothing really in particular. I mean, I had like life experience, personal life experience from me being shot, things like that happened, me moving too fast. I wasn't in the wrong place at the wrong time. I was actually at home. If I would have took just a little bit more time to go outside, things like that would have been prevented. But it's nothing really music related that I learned from moving too fast.
Okay. So there's no like situations you could share where it's like, this is a learning curve. I'll do this different.
Well, actually, yeah, actually I can say that. This kind of might be different, but it kind of relates to it. But with me producing songs that did millions of streams, now that I look back, I didn't get paid for those songs.
Mm,
I get royalties from BMI and things like that, but it's other money that I missed out on that
right.
I could have got. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy. Like I've had people tell me like, yeah, we made 20,000 off that song, and I own 25% of the song, such as the other producer I collab with.
Mhm.
And I'm like, you made 20,000. I ain't see none of that. So
Right.
things like that is what I learned from in the music industry. Just handling your business right. You know what I'm saying? Just giving out beats is cool, but more so make sure you have a relationship developed with that person that you just giving beats to, feeding beats to, because people could take it for granted. Like make $1 million off your free beat, and you won't see nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Even though it's ways to prevent that, getting an attorney and things like that, but that's one thing that I did learn in my career.
Yeah, so maybe the lesson in that for those of you watching is make sure that you're having fun and you're creating, but also try to learn the business or find somebody who does know it that you trust that you can lean into, because that's pretty. I've heard that before, like people just missing the opportunity to like collect whatever they're owed, because the right amount of paperwork doesn't get in on time and things like that. So now at least
Right.
going forward to have everything sorted. But on the plus side, your name is still. I'm looking for the silver lining. I know that there are other outcomes that probably could have been more exciting, but in the same breath, your name is getting out there in some cases, right? Um,
Right.
and your music's still being heard. So, with that being said, you told me you've produced over 20 million streams. So, you want to talk about some of the tracks you got out there that have helped you accumulate those numbers?
Yeah, I actually did I send you some of the links?
You sent me some of the names.
Okay, so I'm not sure if some of you guys are familiar, but it's an artist from LA. His name is Kalen for real for real. One
Oh,
of
that
his
is fire.
yeah, one of his hottest songs right now is the scoring track. You guys probably know who he is, but I produced one of his songs. Well, actually I produced two songs for him. That song did a couple million streams on SoundCloud, 2-3 million on Spotify. I don't know how many streams it has on Apple Music, but I'm sure it's like at least 2 or 3 more million. Um, Another artist that I produced for is my homeboy Lil Cotty PGE. If you guys know the Status Symbol mixtape that Nipsey Hussle released a couple years back, well, not Status Symbol, Mailbox Money. Sorry about that. The Mailbox Money mixtape. My homeboy, he was one of the kids that was on a skit at the end of the Status Symbol song.
Mm.
I produced a song with him called "Get That Check Right." That song has did 5 million streams, or 3 or 4 million streams on YouTube, 4 or 5 million streams on SoundCloud, as well as Spotify and Apple Music. It's another song too. It's called Project Buildings. This is more like a like a hood anthem, I would say. Project Buildings by Lambo Foe. That only did a couple million streams on SoundCloud though, so I wouldn't really count that. But it's still millions of streams that accumulate to those 20 million.
I'm dead. You said there's there's only a couple million streams on that, so it's not
Yeah,
counting.
on Spotify and things like that, it's like 200,000 compared to SoundCloud. You got 2 million, 3 million, whatever. I mean, it's a record. People like it. They still play it to this day. But yeah, like somebody said, everything counts. So yeah, those numbers accumulate to that. I produced another song for Kaylin for real called Thugger Baby.
Mm.
And it's another song, one of my homeboys' childhood friends, Go Get It KB. It's a song called NH to the NH that I produced for him. That's did a couple million streams across all platforms.
So how did you build these relationships with these artists? And maybe we could talk about Kalen for real, since you've done a couple tracks with him.
So with Kaylin for real, it's really no relationship with me and him. I mean, we know of each other, we know each other. He know people that I be around, I know people that he bees around, but we don't have like a direct relationship. But that came about from, I'm not sure if you guys know who DJ Bugsy is. He a real popular DJ. But DJ Bugsy was actually working on like doing music for himself at that time, like on some DJ Khaled type stuff.
Mm.
So I was sending him beats, you know what I'm saying, working with him. And he actually did that song with Kaylin, which was a star record. They did the song. It was supposed to be for Bugsy's mixtape. Long story short, Kaylin for real ended up taking the song and put it on his mixtape called Two for Real.
Mm.
And he put the song out and it went from there. People loved it. He went on tour all over the place and performed the song. But it's really no direct relationship with me and Kaylin. That's my boy, but we don't have a relationship as if to me and Lil Cotty PGE, me and him actually grew up together. Before music, before he thought about rapping, before I thought about making beats, we was at each other's house, spending the night every night, or you know what I'm saying, doing things like that, going to school together. It's more of a relationship with me and him. And then Go Get It KB as well. That's somebody that I grew up with in my neighborhood. He just started making music, and I'm like, hey, I got the beats. Or he reached out to me. He knew I had beats, so I'm looking out for him. Things like that.
So how do you go about looking to work with an artist? Like, what are some things that or characteristics that an artist has to have for you to be able to feel attracted to working with them?
Most definitely, it's just knowing what they want. Like you got to know what you want, and not just having a voice. I would say having a plan. I look for artists that have a plan, like not somebody that's just making music for fun or because they sound good or because they see their friends making it. So I look for people that sound good and people that have a plan.
Mm.
And that goes with anybody that I work with, not just artists, producers. I like to surround myself with not like-minded people, but like-spirited people, because everybody don't have the right intentions.
Mm.
So that's what, you know what I'm saying? Knowing what you want, just having a plan. Like I like being around people that know what they want like I do. I'm determined. I always been like that. I'm straight to the point. I like being around people that's just like me.
What's the radar on that? Like, how do you know when somebody is like good people? How do you determine that?
The number one thing is communication.
Mm.
So like I said, I have a lot of people come to my studio, work with me, like, hey, yo, I want to work with you. Or they reach out to me, whatever. They come to my studio one time and I never hear from them. But they say you know what I'm saying? They want to build with me. They say they want to do this for me, but I never hear from them. So communication is one thing that separates the serious from the not serious. If I see you hitting me up every day, like, yo, Hollywood, you in the studio? Because I'm at my studio every day. If you calling me like, yo, I want to work, let's build. Whether you an artist or a producer, I'm gonna answer the phone because I'm always willing to work. So, and people don't do that. Nobody hits me up. They hit me up one time, get what they want, and that's it. So it's very few people that I communicate with daily, that I make music with, that we just had a relationship.
So it's just staying connected and exchanging instead of just taking and going, I guess, right?
Exactly.
So on that note then, in this exchange, what made you want to work with BeatStars in terms of signing with us?
As far as in the publishing,
Mm-hmm.
definitely I'm looking forward to some of the opportunities you guys bring. And I was in a shitty administration deal. I'm actually kind of just getting out of that deal. So
Oop. Let's not talk about
yeah,
that.
we're not gonna talk about that. But I was in the administration deal. They wasn't really doing too much for me, and I'm just like, man, what are you guys here for? Like,
Right.
I mean, they helped me fix my BMI and things like that, but what they should be doing, I don't feel like they're doing it. So that's what made me sign with you guys and see what opportunities you guys could bring.
Okay, I hear you. You're just ready to try something new.
Yeah,
Get out
it's a
there.
new year. I'm ready for something new. Yeah, exactly.
Yes, sir. All right. So I'm thinking, let me think. Actually, before we do anything else, I want to know who your influences are because you told me DJ Mustard, 1500 and Nothing. You had mentioned Dr. J and Ice Cube earlier in terms of music you're listening to, but let's talk about some of your production influences and maybe um, characteristics from them that you hope to adapt one day, if any.
Um, Definitely DJ Mustard. DJ Mustard was at the time that I started making music in 2012. He was actually one of the hottest producers.
Mm,
So, with me just now getting into production and making music, and him being the hottest producer, he was somebody that I was studying, like listening to all the sounds of how he do his beats,
mm,
things like that. But Mustard is like that's the number one influence that got me started and influenced my sound to this day. And as far as in Rants from 1500, well, 1500 or Nothing, they're a whole band, but it's certain producers in that band. Well, I look up to all of them actually. I'm not even gonna say that. But people like Rance, he's a great mentor. I'm actually enrolled in his school, 1500 Sound Academy. So that's one of the things that's what I love about people like Rance. They're a mentor. They not scared to give you the game. They're not scared to show you
mm.
things like that. But yeah, that's it. Rance and DJ Mustard for sure. Dr. Dre, uh, I didn't really study Dr. Dre too much, but I know all of the songs that he produced. I know when it's a Dr. Dre beat, but as far as in like, cause Dr. Dre, he's somebody that's more like really behind the scenes. You
Mm,
don't see him doing too many interviews, or you don't see a Dr. Dre on too many vlogs or things like that. So that's well, YouTube being the top platform for interviews and things like that. If I could go and type in DJ Mustard and it showed me him in the studio working, that's what I'm looking for. I mean, that's what I'm attracted to.
mm. YouTube University.
Exactly.
Yeah, I love that you said you love people who aren't afraid to show you game, like because it's really a testament of somebody understanding that there's room for everybody
Right.
and other people wanting to see you do great as well. So that's pretty dope. So I guess on that note, we can hop into your beats. Let me pull this up, y'all. And I think, guys, Hollywood is the first person to send me their beats in their pro page, and I just thought it was so cool because I usually like take a sneak peek at the link when everybody sends me to hear what we got going on. And yeah, you were the first one, so it was a nice
Yeah,
little.
I just do a quick playlist together. It wasn't nothing too serious.
It wasn't interesting. All right. Oops. So, is there a beat that you want to start with?
Nah, you could go anyone.
We'll start
We
from
can
the
start from the top.
yes, sir.
I like this. I like this. I like this. I like this.
Okay, so Something I forgot to do, guys. Where were the Tim boots? Something I forgot to tell you, and I'll tell you now as well, is that on this show we do ratings of tracks, and this is not implemented by BeatStars. This was a thing that I just decided one day we're gonna do, and we rate tracks out of Tim boots. So out of 5 Timberland boots, what do you think of this track, or whatever boot you guys have? If you have the Tim boot quote from the Ill Minds account, please use it.
Tim boots.
So how many Tim boots did we have on that last one? Ufo said I gave it 5 pepperoni slices. Fat Wave wants to drop pepperoni tonight. 5 out of whatever emoji you decide, y'all. You make it your own. All right, let's play the second track.
Somebody said, I wish I had a lowrider emoji.
Someone asked for an Impala.
I like this. I like this. I like this.
All right. You got some fire feedback over here. Hold on, you're muted. What did you say?
I appreciate y'all, definitely.
Yeah, someone said send this to Bieber. I was gonna say this is giving me like Dua Lipa energy. Someone said some smooth ass beats, man, with 5 Tim boots from Low Wave Productions. We got 5 turkey legs or chicken legs from Bufo. All right. Next on the list, Heart Skips. All right, so there's a lot of love for your drums on this one.
Definitely. I appreciate y'all. Any producers in here want to collab, reach out. For sure.
Let's get the collaborations together. Yo, where's Cloud9 today? Where are my friends? I don't see you guys in the chat. All right. Blank space. All right.
I like this. I like this. I like this Hollywood.
I let that one run a little bit because that was like my favorite one so far. They're all
Yeah,
hitting.
see,
Like, that
I'm
one,
noticing like the simple beats is always more. Like the beats, they don't have too much going on, and like I forgot who it was, low wave productions. He said nothing to add, but I guess he put like 10 ball boots. But yeah, I don't see a beat like that. I would think it's something missing, which most beats I do. I'll be like, oh, it's missing it. Don't finish it. But a beat like that, I just exported it out. And I'm like, I'm gonna leave it as is.
I think the thing with beats like that is that it gives the artist a lot of room to play.
Space, right,
Yeah, and they could just do like 3, 4 flows could come out of one artist on a beat like that. You know what I mean? So
right. Okay.
I don't know if I'd say there's anything missing. I don't really think there's anything missing from what you played today. So um, that's just me though. But I was really like bouncing around with that one. I loved it. So your last beat, do you have anything you want to say?
Nah, go ahead, play it.
All right.
I like this Hollywood.
Hollywood got beats.com.
I like this Hollywood.
Hollywood got beats.com.
I like this Hollywood.
Bufo.
She loved me when she was giving me that lap dance, like last night at the club type beat. Crazy.
Bufo. Bufo. Anyway, thank you for sharing those. I think everybody really enjoyed, and we Yama, was it Yama Agni? Yeah, I appreciate the variety he chose in his 5. Really took us on a journey, which you did. You gave us a little bit of everything, showcased the sounds that you can work with.
Definitely.
Share like some things that you're looking forward to doing, or some of your goals in your career going forward, because this is kind of just the beginning for you, even though I know you said you've been on it for like
Yeah, it is just the beginning. Some of the things I look forward to is just, getting more placements, making more music, of course, building a team. Number one. Number one is building a team, a solid team that I could trust and build with. Um, I look forward to do a lot of things. I'm actually going to be starting a course that's going to be educating producers, kind of like a master class in a way, but I'm not going to be showing you guys how I make beats or how to make beats. It's going to be more deeper than that. I'm not going to get into that. But like I said, I just look forward to making a lot more music, a lot of money, a lot of connections, um, and just being great, reaching my full potential.
Yes,
And
sir.
I'm young too, so all the years ahead of me is just knowledge and experience and learning and growing. I'm only 22, so in the next 5 years, I'm definitely gonna be a millionaire.
Oh my God, you're only 22.
Yeah, I'll be 23 in April.
I get so excited. Like I'm at the point in my life where I'm like, ooh, I'm getting old. So I get excited when like someone's younger than me. I'm like, whoa. It's like it blows my mind. But that being said, who are some artists that you want to collab with in the future?
Uh, Industry artists or like up and coming artists?
Whoever you want.
Uh, I look forward to working with artists like Rick Ross,
Mm,
um, Ti. I want to be around legends, like people that's actually doing it, not saying they doing it, not just doing all this frivolous shit. Not to, excuse my French,
oh, you're good, don't worry.
but yeah, Ti, Rick Ross, the bosses. I want to work with the bosses so they could give me the game and show me, you know what I'm saying, and I could pass it on.
Amazing. You have to do that. Absolutely. And so I asked you this earlier on BeatStars Live on Instagram, but I'm wondering if you can shout out any upcoming producer that people need to check out. You can repeat the same one, or you can say somebody else. It's up to you.
It's a lot of producers actually coming up, especially in LA right now. It's a lot. It's so much. I mean, not just in LA. It's so much talent all over the world.
Mhm.
But one of the producers that's making noise in the city right now in LA would be Cypress Marino. Not only is he a producer, he's also a DJ, a well-known DJ, a touring DJ. Um, he's also an engineer. But yeah, he's just doing the how could I say it? Just making the connections, building the relationships, having a team behind him. Cypress Marino, definitely.
Cypress Marino. I hope you guys do your Googles. I was telling everybody earlier to do their Googles. But anyway, I guess that's pretty much it. That's all of my questions. If you can just, let people know where to find you or how to best contact you, I think that would be great.
Instagram at Hollywood Got Beats. Twitter at PROD by Hollywood, produced by Hollywood. My Facebook is Hollywood Beats. My website, HollywoodGotBeats.com. You guys can find my merch, Hollywood Dreams merch, on HollywoodDreamsClothing.com. Everything is on my Instagram. If you go on my Instagram, you'll see all that. The link to my studio, the link to my music, all of those things like that.
And there you have it. And you said you're open to collaborating so people can hit you up and you could see what's going on, right?
Exactly. Anybody in LA that want to work, tap in with me. I'm free.
I'd love to hear it. Okay, well, thank you so much, Hollywood, for joining us today. We're so grateful to have you on our team, and we're grateful to have had you here today. I know it was early for you to come do this, so you're very appreciated for your time. Shout out to
Definitely.
everybody in the chat. Just a reminder, guys, don't forget to check out BeatStars.world. You can find our FL Studio Cookup Challenge, and you can find the Lario and JTech Space Outcast Remix Challenge. Make sure you guys are submitting for that. Those end on February 26th and February 28th between the two of them. Just double check BeatStars.world so you can see all the details and everything that's required. And that's it. We'll see you next Tuesday.
Sure. Thank you for having me.
Social distance, all of that. Okay. Bye.
All right. Thank you.